Welcome to GRFT Orientation. We would like to welcome you and thank you for taking the time to learn about GRFT's mission, culture, policies, and expectations. Today's agenda will cover the following topics: GRFT policies, health and safety, COVID training, products and customers, and lastly, we will also review expectations on how to become a full-time GRFT team member. The GRFT core values are focused on customers, members, success, and community involvement. At GRFT, these values are characteristics and actions that we live by to help foster our culture. Let's review some of those core values. Our customers: we provide exceptional quality, provide on-time delivery, and bring value to their products. For our members, we distinguish our employees as members at GRFT. We provide you with a great benefit package, a safe workplace, and we like to have fun. Some examples include a summer picnic, Christmas parties, and other events throughout the year. Success: this is defined by consistent long-term stewardship, continuous improvement activities, and working to be a diverse, agile, and flexible work environment. Community involvement is a value that GRFT is passionate about. We feel it's our corporate responsibility to give back to our communities. GRFT is led by two brothers, Ben and Mike Amon. Ben and Mike both started working at GRFT as teenagers, learning the business from their father, Rick. They are the fourth-generation owners of GRFT. Ben is the president and CEO and is focused on corporate strategy, business development, and operational success of the business. He leads our executive team and is located at our Remico facility. Mike is the executive vice president and over the years has served in many functional roles to support the business, including plant manager and controller. He oversees the areas of human resources and finance. Mike is located at our Alpine facility. As part of joining the GRFT team, we would like to introduce you to several leaders within the organization to help provide you with a name and a face prior to joining the team. Each of these individuals are here to help support you and your success while at GRFT. If you see them in a plant, please introduce yourself and don't be afraid of bringing up questions or concerns to their attention. At our Alpine location, one of the first individuals you'll likely meet is Shelly Allison. Shelly is part of the Human Resources team, so she will welcome you and provide you with some basic orientation instructions upon arrival. In addition to that, Kurt Cleghorn is our plant manager, and you will likely be assigned to one of three supervisors. Omar Roman and Josh Capato are both on first shift, and Bob Orr is on second shift as a production supervisor. Team Remico is led by plant manager Eric Eldridge. If you are assigned to first shift at our Remico facility, you will report to David D. If you are assigned to third shift, Chris Headley is the supervisor. In addition, Amy Verkstis and Brandy King provide HR support, and Tony Richardson and Paul David provide leadership support from an operations and human resources standpoint. Next, I'll be covering some important GRFT policies and procedures. GRFT has a harassment-free and zero-tolerance policy when it comes to inappropriate behavior. This includes persistent, unwanted attention, slurs or jokes relating to an individual's sex, color, race, religion, national origin, age, or any other characteristic protected by local, state, and federal law. It is important to remember that any severe or pervasive behavior that could make another person feel offended may be considered harassment. It is not whether you would be offended by such an action or material, but whether a reasonable person could or would be offended. GRFT strives to have a place where team members can feel safe and work without the threat of violence. If someone violates this policy by threatening someone verbally or physically, it will result in termination. This also means that we have a workplace free from retaliation. We want team members to feel safe speaking up without fear of any type of retaliation. It starts with you. We ask each team member to do their part to ensure a harassment and violence-free workplace. GRFT is a drug and alcohol-free workplace. The use of illegal drugs or the abuse of legally prescribed drugs and alcoholic beverages is prohibited. Please do your part in ensuring the work environment is free from any forms of drugs or alcohol. When it comes to drug and/or alcohol testing, GRFT performs the following: pre-employment drug testing, reasonable suspicion drug and/or alcohol testing, post-incident or accident or injury drug and alcohol testing. And we also reserve the right to perform random testing. Our goal is to maintain a safe work environment free from the negative effects of drugs and alcohol. If you are taking a prescription that could affect your ability to perform your job safely, Please notify your agency and supervisor immediately. Refusal to submit to a drug or alcohol test will be considered a positive result. If you want to get paid, it is important that you use the GRFT Paycom timekeeping system every time you work. You have the option of using a wall-mounted time clock or clocking in using the Paycom app on your phone. Please ask your agency or GRFT HR representative for instructions on how to set this up. If you're going to miss work, we ask that you call our absentee call-in line. You can reach the number at 616-726-5859, extension 132. GRFT has an attendance policy. If you are absent 15 minutes or less, you'll receive a quarter point. If you are absent from 16 minutes to 4 hours, you'll receive a half a point. And if you are absent for more than 4 hours or an entire day, you will be assessed 1 point. If you reach 4 points during your assignment, your continuation of employment will be reevaluated. Such occurrences could lead to dismissal from your assignment. This time includes unapproved time off.
Next, we're going to cover health and safety. A large part of what we do matters because of your actions, so we ask you to keep health and safety at the forefront in what you do each and every day. Safety starts with you. We have expectations that if you see something unsafe, you should say something. Please help be a team player and ensure that everyone works safely, including yourself. Please work responsibly. Working in a manufacturing environment requires the following precautions. Make sure that you're prepared and wear the proper PPE. Watch for forklift traffic or any moving equipment. Be in the lookout of where you walk for moving machinery or parts. Respect all your safety devices and really think before acting. If there's tools that the instructions call for, use the proper tools and follow all of your work procedures. Hazardous material is any item or agent that has the potential to cause harm to humans, animals, or the environment. Hazards can come in forms of solids, liquids, or gases. These hazards are regulated by OSHA and safety data sheets. These safety data sheets are provided to help you understand how materials may impact you. Please ensure that you are aware of hazards within your work area should you have to interact with them. PPE, also known as personal protective equipment, is used to prevent exposure to you from potential hazards. Here at GRFT, we require eye protection to prevent any incidents from occurring to your eye. Please wear your eye protection for your safety. Additional PPE requirements here at GRFT include closed-toe, closed-heel footwear. This includes no sandals, no heels, etc. We ask you to wear comfortable shoes that will protect your feet and keep your feet safe. Additional things to remember regarding your work attire. Hair longer than shoulder length needs to be tied back or placed in a bun away from the machine equipment. Long necklaces need to be placed inside your clothing. No loose clothing such as sweatshirt drawstrings. They need to be either tucked or removed. No long dangling earrings. Any loose clothing needs to be kept away from the machine for your safety. Lockout tagout. Lockout tagout is a process to help prepare and control energy sources. Performing proper lockout tagout processes prevent and isolate equipment from causing accidents from stored energy. We require that you follow the lockout tagout process for your safety. Some of the ways in which your team members might use lockout tagout: to help prepare energized equipment for a maintenance repair, or isolate equipment from all energy sources, to help protect members from accidental startups. Ensure that power cannot be restored until the work is done. Please make sure that you are properly trained on lockout tagout before performing any maintenance repairs. There are two uses of lockout tagout. There is an authorized user and an effective member. As a temp associate, we ask you to remain as an effective member of lockout tagout. You will not be authorized to perform any lockout tagout procedures until you are aware of what the work is that you are doing around you. Never remove or interfere with any tag, lock, or any other energy-controlled device. If you see a ID tag or any situation that could pose a hazard, from uncontrolled energy, we ask that you report it to leadership immediately. Here at GRFT, we assess the ergonomic risks involved with each position to try to eliminate workstation designs that could lead to potential strains or sprains. If you have ideas or suggestions to help us with ergonomic risks, please work with your supervisor or HR directly. Please remember, we ask you to practice safe lifting techniques while working. These steps are as follows. Assess the load and the path. Get help if necessary. Take the proper position for lifting. Lift smoothly and slowly with both hands. Use a proper grip and place the load using the same techniques. If you are injured or hurt on the job, we ask you to report incidents or accidents immediately to your supervisor and your staffing company, no matter how slight the injury or incident is. If you are receiving necessary medical treatment, please follow up with GRFT as well as your staffing company to provide us with updates on how you are feeling. As a course of procedure for accidents needing medical attention and incidents involving over $100 in property damage will require a drug and alcohol screen conducted at a medical site. As we think about our work environment, it's important to remember all potential threats and how we can maintain a healthy and safe work environment. One area that we would like to briefly train you on is active shooter and the threat, how you can react in this environment provided this event occurs. An active shooter is an individual actively engaged in killing or attempting to kill people in a confined or populated area. In most cases, active shooters use firearms and there's no pattern or method to them selecting their victims. The method that we would like to train you on is run, hide, fight. This could help save your life. In the event that you are faced with an active shooter situation, the first step is run. Run and evacuate the building. If there is an accessible escape path, make sure you evacuate immediately. As you join our team, we ask you to think about the following. Think about an escape path or route. If you're faced with this decision, evacuate the building regardless if others agree to follow you. Make sure you leave your belongings behind and help others escape if possible. Prevent individuals from entering the building if you are able to escape. The second step of active shooter training is hide. Hide if evacuation is not possible. Find a place to hide where the active shooter is less likely to find you. As you're thinking about hiding spots, be sure to be aware of the active shooter's view. Find ways to protect yourself if shots were fired in your direction. Be careful not to trap or restrict yourself from movement. If you can lock the door behind you, do so, and blockade the door with heavy furniture. Silence your cell phone if it's on you, and make sure that you're free from any source of noise such as radios, televisions, etc. If you can, hide behind large items and remain quiet until help arrives. The last step of active shooter training is step 3, fight. Fight if evacuation and hiding is not possible. Remain calm and dial 911 to alert the police of the active shooter's location. If you are not able to speak, leave the line open and allow the dispatcher to listen. Take action against the active shooter only as a last resort, or if your life is in imminent danger. Attempt to disrupt or incapacitate the active shooter by acting aggressively or throwing items at him, improvising with weapons, yelling, and committing to your actions. The biggest thing that we can ask you to do is commit to your actions when you are trying to fight for your life. When the police arrive, keep your hands visible, follow the instructions of the police officer, and do not attempt to move any wounded people around you. Once you have arrived in a safe location, please call 911. Here at GRFT, if you find yourself in a situation where you are exposed to bloodborne pathogens, we ask you to contact your supervisor or a first aid responder. We have trained first aid responders They're able to assist with basic CPR, first aid, and blood-borne pathogen procedures. All GRFT facilities have visible maps and place cards that identify emergency exits or take cover areas. Each of our facilities will have safety signage that will direct you to the nearest exit or take cover area. During your on-site tour, a GRFT team member will show you these designated areas for your safety.
Next, we'll be reviewing GRFT's COVID-19 Preparedness and Response Plan. COVID-19 can cause illness ranging from mild to severe, and in some cases can be fatal. Please be aware of symptoms such as fever, cough, and shortness of breath. Some people infected with the virus have reported experiencing other non-respiratory symptoms. Other people, referred to as asymptomatic cases, have experienced no symptoms at all. According to the CDC, symptoms of COVID-19 may appear in as few as 2 days or as long as 14 days after exposure. COVID-19 is spread mainly from person to person, including a close contact. A close contact is someone whom you've been within 6 feet of for more than 15 minutes. It is spread through respiratory droplets produced when an infected person breathes, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby or possibly be inhaled into the lungs. It may be possible that a person can get COVID-19 by touching a surface or object and then touching their mouth, nose, or possibly eyes. So what are some things you can do to protect yourself and others from COVID-19? The CDC and OSHA both recommend frequently washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue or use your elbow. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Properly wear a mask over your nose and mouth when you'll be within 6 feet of others, especially when near people you don't live with. While COVID-19 is a pandemic, maintain appropriate social distancing of 6 feet to the greatest extent possible. And if you are feeling sick, please stay home. Let's talk masks. Masks are always required within GRFT facilities. The masks are intended to protect others from you, especially since not all people with COVID-19 show symptoms. Avoid touching the outside of the mask. Dispose properly or wash if you use a cloth mask. And wash or sanitize your hands after removing your mask. Next, we want to cover what happens if you are a close contact to a coworker who tests positive for COVID-19. First, your staffing agency will notify you that you've been identified as a close contact. You will be removed from work immediately. You will be asked to stay home and monitor yourself for symptoms. And then a member of your staffing agency will follow up with you regarding time off, pay, documentation, seeking medical attention, and or testing. So what should you do if you come down with symptoms for COVID-19? First, we want you to complete our daily entry screening questionnaire and check yes that you have symptoms or have been diagnosed with COVID-19. Second, stay home and isolate yourself from others. 3, contact your staffing agency to get scheduled for testing if you're symptomatic. So what happens if you test positive for COVID-19? First, you'll be removed from work if you're not already off due to symptoms. Second, you'll be expected to stay home and isolate yourself from others. Thirdly, you'll follow the advice of your doctor and/or health department regarding quarantine. And lastly, a member of Human Resources will follow up with you regarding your home isolation and expected return to work date. So when can you return to work after testing positive for COVID-19? The rule of thumb is 10 and 1. Isolation is typically ended 10 days after symptoms first appeared and or at least 24 hours have passed since no fever without medication and you have improved respiratory symptoms. Basically, the expectation is that you would return to work on the 11th day. What do you do if you're a close contact to a friend or family member who tests positive for COVID-19? First, we want you to stay home. Second, we want you to call our attendance line and indicate that you will be absent for the day. And if you have the electronic daily screening questionnaire on your phone, we ask that you complete that, indicating that you're a close contact. Once we receive that notification, either by phone or from the screening questionnaire, we will also get with you and your staffing agency to discuss next steps regarding your home isolation. If you are identified as a close contact to a coworker who tests positive, Human Resources will notify you and or your agency that you have been identified as a close contact. You will be removed from work immediately. You should stay home and monitor yourself for symptoms. If you can isolate yourself from others, that would be best. And then a member of Human Resources or your respective agency will follow up with you regarding next steps. You will remain off until you get either a negative test result or you've been returned to work by a health professional. Some ways that GRFT has helped to promote a safer work environment for our team members include the following. We've added multiple hand sanitizer stations in key areas throughout each facility, including entrances, exits, and near time clocks. We've provided various disinfectant sprays in break areas and work areas to clean tools and surfaces. We've provided masks or face coverings. We've identified various social distancing markings in congregating areas like time clocks and entrances. We've posted signs regarding how not to spread germs, about wearing your mask properly, etc. We've also implemented additional cleaning protocols to deep clean common areas. Additionally, we've established designated entrances for all employees to enter through. We have an entry screening questionnaire that all team members complete along with a temperature check. We also are screening contractors and visitors that come into the facility. Please make sure that you complete your daily survey questionnaire. The survey can be completed using the QR code that will be provided by your staffing partner, or you can complete a paper version. This screening will require you to enter your temperature and ask you several questions for your safety and the safety of those around you. We expect that you complete this survey each day that you enter the facility. If you see an unsafe work condition or have an idea suggestion, please report that to your supervisor immediately.
Grand Rapids Foam's business focus. GRFT provides multiple applications from medical, office furniture, transportation, marine and stadium, as well as theater seating. Our facilities are ISO 9001 certified, and we provide a complete line of polyurethane solutions. We are also FDA registered and certified. We support R&D functions inclusive of prototyping and providing value-add manufacturing such as sewing, upholstery, assembly, and kitting. The medical industry is a large part of our business by supporting customers such as Bruno, Warner, and Stryker. Stryker makes up approximately 75% of our business. Some of the products we help produce are the Stryker patient handling beds that are used in trauma rooms. We also produce a variety of components for the medical specialties such as absorbent pads and IsoFlex chairs. Warner is a distributor for the medical foam product. We support the production of the post-arm operative arm pillow. The pillow is pictured here and used for arm recovery medical procedures. Bruno is also one of our larger customers. GRFT manufactures the foam and upholsters the cushion used in stair-lift chairs. These chairs are made to assist people with mobility challenges. Brunswick is another customer that we provide foam cushions for their seating within recreational marine boats. Some of the products we produce are used for the largest marine boating leaders such as Sea Ray and Bayliner. Irwin Seating Company is another customer where we manufacture foam seating cushions for things such as arenas, stadiums, movie theaters, and performing arts centers. Knoll and Steelcase are both office furniture customers of Grand Rapids Foam. We supply several office furniture cushions to both Knoll and Steelcase, two of our largest customers. These are just two of our office furniture customers. Pictured here is a wound chair and the tulip chair. Grand Rapids Foam manufactures products for a deck, which is one of the largest dental equipment manufacturers in the world. Some of the cushions we manufacture are included in products such pictured here, like the 3 and 400 series dental chair. Now that we've covered our product overview, let's share what you can look forward to when you join our team and become a full-time member. Health benefits start day one with 3 plans to choose from. This includes vision and dental plan options. We have a wellness plan, which provides opportunities for you to be proactive about your health. An employee assistance program, wages are paid weekly, and 401k. Grand Rapids Foam will match 50% up to the first 3% of your income that you contribute. 6 paid holidays, paid time off, and bonus potential. These are all great benefits to becoming a full-time member at Grand Rapids Foam. When you join our team as a temp associate, you are eligible to work with The Source. This is our employee assistance program. The Source helps support with barriers such as concerns with housing, transportation, and resources for your children. The Source will leverage community and government organizations to help set you up for success with work and life. If you are interested in more information on The Source, please ask a GRFT HR member for more information and how we can help support you. Here are some of the qualities and expectations to be converted as a full-time team member at GRFT. Number 1, attendance is key. You must have less than 6 points to be hired and considered for full-time work. Other traits and expectations will include being safety and quality conscious, be respectful and productive, punctual, enthusiastic about your work, and trustworthy. We're looking for employees that will help rotate jobs and functions. Be team-oriented and take initiative and pride in your job. If you are someone that possesses these expectations, we are really excited for you to join our team. This concludes the new hire Grand Rapids Foam Temp Associate Orientation. We thank you for your time today and ask that you see your staffing partner for questions and next steps.